day. My name is Lachlan from Bethany International Learning Center, Saigon. The title of my piece, On Patience, by Charles H. Spurgeon. Patience is better than wisdom. An ounce of patience is worth a pound of brains. All men praise patience, but few enough to practice it. It is a medicine which is good for all diseases, and therefore every old woman recommends it. But it's not every garden that grows herbs to make it with. But once flesh and bones, full of aches and pains, it is as natural for us to murmur as for a horse to shake its head when the fly season, or will to ride when a spoke is loose. But nature should not be the rule of Christians. What is their religion worth? If a soldier fights no better than a plowboy, off with his red coat, we expect more fruit from an apple tree than from a thorn, and we have the right to do so. The disciples of the patient Savior to be patient themselves. Grin and bear it is an old-fashioned advice, but sing and bear it is a great deal better. After all, we get very few cuts of the whip, and soon we're back how we are. And when we do smile a little, it's soon over. Pain passes pleasure, experience goes by. We ought not to be afraid of going down into Egypt when we know we shall come out with the jewels of silver and gold. Impatient people water the miseries and hold their comforts. Sorrows are visitors that come with our invitation. A complaining might send a wagon and bring their troubles home. Many people are born crying, live complaining, and die disappointed. They chew the bitter pill, which they would not even know to be bitter. They have the sense to swallow whole and cup of patience and water. They're hardly done by their own opinion. No one's toes are so often trodden on by a black ox as theirs. The snow falls thickest around their doors, and the hell rattles hardest on their windows. And yet, if the truth were known, it would be their fancy rather than their fate, which made things go so hard with them. Many would be well if they could but think so. A little sprig of herb could content, but to the poorest soup, make it taste as rich as the Lord made his total. John Plowman grows his plant in the garden, but the lay hard winter nipped it terribly, so they cannot afford to give his neighbors a slip of it. They had better follow Matthew 25:9 and go to those who sell and buy for themselves. Grace is a good soil grown in, but it wants watering from the fountain of mercy. To be poor, it's not always pleasant, but worse things happen at sea. Small shoes are amped to pinch, but not if you have a small foot. If you have little means, we all have little desires. Poverty is no shame, but being discontented with it is. In some things, the poor are better off than the rich. For if a poor man has to seek meat for his stomach, it's more likely to get what he's after than the rich man who seeks his stomach for his meat. A poor man's table is soon spread, and his labor's best is buying sauce. The best doctors are Dr. Diet, Dr. Quiet, and Dr. Merriman. And many a golden plowman has all each gentlemen away upon him. Plenty makes dainty, but hunger finds no fault with cook. Hard work brings health, and an ounce of health is worth a sack of diamonds. It's not how much we have, but how much we enjoy that makes happiness. There's more sweet in a spoonful of sugar than cash can deliver. It's not the quantity of the goods, but the blessing of God on what we have that makes us truly rich. Pairings of pippin are better than a whole crab. A dinner of herbs with peace is better than a soaked ox and contention therewith. Better is little with the fear of the Lord than great treasure and trouble therewith. A little wood in my beloved. Why? Then should I murmur because all the woods are not mine? When troubles come, it is of no use to fly in the face of God by hard-built of providence. That's kicking against the pricks and hurting your feet. The trees bow in the wind, and so must we. Every time a sheep pleads, it loses a mouthful. Every time we complain, we miss a blessing. Grumbling is a bad trait, and yields no profit. But patience has golden hands. Our evils will soon be over, after rain comes clear shining. Black crows have wings. Every winter turns into spring. Every night breaks into morning. Blow the wind never so fast, it will lower at last. If one door should be open, God will open another. If the peas do not yield well, the beans may. If one hen leaves her eggs, another will bring out her brood. There's a bright side to all things, and a good God everywhere. And somewhere or other, in the worst flood of trouble, there's always a dry spot for the 10 minute get his foot on. And if there are not, we'll learn to swim. Friends, let us take to patience and water rule, as the old folks used to tell us, rather than to catch the miserable and give others a disease by wickedly finding fault with God. The best remedy for affliction is submitting to providence. What can't be cured must be endured. If we cannot get bacon, let us bless God that there are still some cabbages left in the garden. Must is a hard nut to crack, but it has a sweet kernel. All things work together for them that love God. Whatever falls from the skies is, sooner or later, good for the land. Whatever comes to us from God is worth having, even though it be a rod. We cannot by nature like trouble any more than a mouse can fall in love with a cat. And yet Paul by grace came to glory in tribulations also. Losses and crosses are heavy to bear. But when our hearts are right with God, it is wonderful how easy the yoke becomes. And as we will never promise, we should ride to heaven in feather beds. We must not be disappointed when we see the road to be rough, as our fathers found it before us. All's well that ends well. And therefore, let's plow the heaviest soil on the sheaves of the harvest and learn to sing our labor, while others murmur.